AFTV, comfortable 2-0 win. As comfortable as, I mean, did West Ham have a shot? Did they have a shot on goal?
No, I think the most attacking they were was from the kickoff when they managed to get a corner straight away.
Yeah.
After that, I don't think they really did anything in our half for the first half, and then they seemed to have a corner in the first minute, a corner in the last minute, and I'm not sure they did anything in between.
And it's really difficult to play against a team that really are not showing a lot of ambition to come forward and defending for a lot of the game. But we did have chances. Didn't take them at first, but then eventually did. Declan Rice, the guy on the score sheet.
Yeah, and I think what I was impressed by was we were in the ascendancy at that moment, and we've seen games over the last few years, kind of when we were playing Palace, when we were playing Fulham, when we were playing West Ham here, where we're in the ascendancy for big periods of time. Don't break the deadlock.
Yeah.
Go into the second half, the fans start, getting on the back of it. Players are trying to force things in ways that they don't need to. Then you get hit with a counter attack or a corner or a dodgy decision. So what we have to be able to do now is when we are in the ascendancy and we've got the attacking talent to do so, is to put the ball in the back of the net. The chance that they missed was a glaring miss. But it falls to Declan Rice, and in a game where he's struggled in the last couple of seasons. Oddly, here he has struggled. He's gone there and done very well. He's performed really, really, really well. But here, the game seemed, in the last couple of years, it seemed to be a little bit too much for him. So it's actually quite interesting that it was Zubimendi that was rested. Although I suppose Rice was rested in midweek, so you can understand it. But these are the sorts of games where we have to, and I think you made the point earlier that the Newcastle away game, the West Ham game here last season were both games where we dropped points, and we've taken 6 points from both of those games this season. And if that's a sign of things to come, you're thinking about it being a very positive season, really.
Yeah. Well, give me your assessment of us so far. I think you've been at every game. Give us your assessment of what you've seen so far. Tricky start for Arsenal, but as it stands, especially with Chelsea at the moment winning 1-0, we'd be top of the league.
Yeah, look, I think it was a tricky start. I think our fans looked at it and thought it was a tricky start, and weren't necessarily sure we were going to get maximum points. But we've done well. You can look at the Liverpool game, you can look at the City game in hindsight, but what we have seen since then is a real shift. And that's what you ask. What you ask is that when things aren't going well, when things are going wrong, or there are ways to kind of tweak things, that we're able to tweak them, and that's what we've done. So yes, the Liverpool results disappointing, the City results disappointing, but I don't think anyone really thought we would be top of the league going into at this point, given the start that we had and given the start that the other sides have had. Liverpool haven't had the same sort of games that we've had, and when they have, they've been again very fortunate, getting lots of very late last-minute goals. When they do it, it's a spirit of champions, and it's a sign of champions. When we do it, it's not sustainable, and it's not going to be. It can't be so there is a real double standard, and I think all we have to do is keep winning our games. Now, it's a results business. It's a results business. It isn't a performance business. You still want the performance, but how many times people talking about we used to come here and get entertained. We did, but we weren't. But at the end of the season, we still had nothing to show for it. And if we're going to grind out 1-0s, 2-0s, 3-0s here for the rest of the season, and it maybe isn't the most glamorous showing every single week, I don't think anyone's really going to care. Of course, well, you would, wouldn't you? Because like I always say, there's no asterisk next to it that goes, yeah, you won the league, but it weren't the best, was it? It wasn't, no one looks back at Leicester and goes, yeah, they won it, but they won it, a 4-4-2 they won it with a 4-4-2 playing counter-attack football. No one cares. Leicester fans don't care. They won the league. And that's what it is, and we're not conceding goals, we're scoring goals, we don't look like we're about to concede goals. And we've got options. Like every week now you're looking at the squad, the 11, and you're going, yes, right. And you're looking at the bench and going, yeah, if it's not working after 45 minutes, we've got options on the bench that that can change it. Shout out today for Calafiori. I thought he was really, really, really solid. I think we're really starting to see a player. And I know last season, because of the injuries, we weren't necessarily sure what we'd really signed. And the fact that he's keeping Lewis Kelly out of the side, but also playing very, very, very well, is a real sign. And and if he has a dip in form, then you've got Lewis Kelly to come in. If Timber has a dip in form and he's an absolute machine, and I can't see it happening, you've got Ben White to come in. So we're building in the right way. If we can go into the international break top of the league, I think that's a better start to the season than any Arsenal fan genuinely would have predicted, as well as any of our challengers and the pundits as well. So I don't think anyone can really look at it and say it's not been perfect, but it hasn't been for anyone else if we go in top of the league with the season and the start to the season that we had.